Hey everyone, I'm Hayden Vaughn and you're watching In the Loop. Today I'm joined by Dr. Doug Wood. Dr. Wood, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, what do you do here on Southeastern's campus? What do you teach?
I'm a professor in the Department of Biological Sciences. I teach ornithology, as well as other courses like mammalogy, zoology, wildlife management, conservation of natural resources, and bioethics.
So, I know that you're into the birding and the study of birds. How did you get into that?
I got into birds during graduate school. I went to do a master's degree and study bats, of all things. And due to circumstances, I ended up switching over, found a love for birds, and it became a passion for me. And I've been doing that for over 30 years now.
So, with your passion for birds, what is your favorite type of bird?
That's a tough question. I study a lot of cavity nesting birds like woodpeckers and others. So that group of birds is generally my favorite.
And what's your favorite local spot? I know that you've gone all over the world for this, but what's your favorite local spot that someone here in Durant could go to?
There are several excellent spots locally for looking at birds. We've got the Tishomingo National Wildlife Refuge. We have Lake Texoma has all sorts of places to look at wild birds, and also the Hagerman National Wildlife Refuge down in North Texas.
So whenever you're going birding and you're looking for a species and studying it, what are some things that the environment would affect with a bird species?
Well, I look in different habitats for certain types of birds that will be associated with it. And then just looking for unusual behaviors or unusual species. Things might be a little bit out of the ordinary, just kind of catch my attention as a scientist and just out of interest.
So what are some local species of birds that you can find around here in the Durant area?
We have amazing diversity of bird species. You can see over 300 species here locally over the course of a year. We have lots of migratory waterfowl. We have raptors like hawks and eagles. And there's all sorts of songbirds ranging from sparrows to really small, beautifully colored warblers and even hummingbirds and roadrunners. So there's a little something for everybody.
And I know you're really into birding and you go to extreme lengths with it. What's next for you? What's the next big adventure that you want to go on?
Yeah, I've been very lucky to have the opportunity to bird around the world. I've birded in over 38 countries now, as well as Antarctica. And I've seen approximately half of all bird species on Earth now, which is 10,000 total, and I've seen over 5,000 of them. So that's a little unusual. Most people don't go to those levels, but I really enjoy the travel and seeing the birds, learning about other cultures, meeting people, studying conservation there, and just the sheer enjoyment of it. As far as my next adventure, next year I will be going to Morocco in North Africa to look at desert and mountainous birds there.
That's really cool and crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
So you said you'd been to Antarctica. How do you get there and what does that consist of? That's crazy.
It's quite an adventure. I flew down through Chile, a town called Punta Arenas, and then you fly into an island in Antarctica, like a little gravel, icy strip. It's pretty terrifying, actually. Then you get on a boat and you travel around the different islands and even to the peninsula, to the mainland of Antarctica, and you're able to go ashore and hike around and look at the birds there. Everything from penguins to shearwaters and terns, all sorts of things are there, as well as the mammals that are there, elephant seals, whales. The word surreal is overused in our society, but Antarctica is a surreal experience. You are in a completely different universe almost, is what it feels like. And I loved every second of it.
Oh, I can imagine. That sounds awesome. So, if someone was wanting to get into birding, how would they do that? Would there be any specific items they would need to bring to do so?
Yeah, you need a good pair of binoculars. They don't have to be fancy or expensive. You can get basic binoculars at sporting goods stores or online, and some sort of bird field guide so you can look up the birds, or an app on your phone, like the Merlin app, is really good for beginners.
And is that on both the App Store and Google Play Store?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And I know you're a part of a club. Can you expand on that and give us the name and how we can find out information about that?
Yes, recently I helped co-found the Texoma Audubon Society, and it's on Facebook at Texoma Audubon Society. It's a group page there, as well as we have a web page, texomaaudubon.org, and it's a group of people in the southern Oklahoma, North Texas region that all share a love of birds and conservation and learning about it and doing service projects. And we offer field trips for beginners all the way up through experts.
That's awesome. I've got one final question. and we're going to tie this back to Southeastern. And why are you so passionate about what you do here?
The reason why I came to Southeastern, I got my PhD at a very large Research One university, but I really enjoy the teaching aspect, and I get to teach programs that I'm really passionate about, and my classes have fairly small class size, so the students get a lot of direct interaction with me and vice versa, and I think that's the best learning environment possible, and especially in field biology, we have the freedom to work in the classroom, the lab, and go on field trips locally, and that's a pretty powerful combination, and I feel most comfortable and really enjoy that environment working with students.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Go birding.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching In the Loop. I'm Hayden Vaughn, and we'll see you next time.